This time on Carmania, the new Seat Leon Cupra. 300 horses and 380 Newton meters make it a front-wheel beast. But is it fast enough to scare the enemy number one, Golf 7R? What's changed with the facelift? What's negative?
This is something what they could have done as a standard in a 300 horsepower car.
This and a lot more, now!
Hey guys, I'm Chris, and right behind me you can see the strongest standard Seat that's ever touched the ground with its wheels, the Seat Leon Cupra 300. Congratulations to the German-Spanish car brand, as now it's finally arrived in the segment of the 300 horsepower hot hatches and is now finally comparable to its competitors, just like the Golf 7R, Honda Civic Type R. What else do we have? The Subaru Impreza WRX, and of course even the Ford Focus RS. But before we talk about the driving performance of this front-wheel driven 300 horsepower monster, we have to check the facelift parts, as it got a facelift, and even in the interior there's a lot that happens. But first, let's start to talk about the optics. And approximately there is not so much to say about this. And this might be an advantage to all the pre-facelift owners. So there is a bit that's got changed about the headlights, of course, just like always with a facelift, but it's not so much. So I have to be honest, I'm not really sure if I could have seen the changings at first sight. Let's start with the main LED strip, and this goes now like that. With the pre-facelift version, we had the LED lights coming on a straight line over here, and now it does that little bow, so it's really not so much. What I like about the facelift now is that the indicator, if you use it, is blinking instead of the LED, so that looks quite impressive, as you can see here. This is something that I really like. Though it doesn't have the dynamic indicators just like every other car from the Volkswagen family. And then we have the front grille part, which also got changed, but more the lower part. Until now, this lower grille part came up and included the license plate. Now this got reduced, so it's a bit smaller, and now we have fog lights included here, which is again, of course, a gain of security, but in the end it looks less sporty, because you know, the air intakes always have to be without fog lights in my eyes. But altogether the facelift looks quite impressive, and it doesn't have to hide itself behind its competitors just like the Golf 7R, though this looks more aggressive. So the Seat Leon Cupra always used to be a bit more kept back. And of course we can't miss to talk about that little flag here that tells everyone with doubts that this is really a Cupra version. It's a little flag, and it looks quite good with the front black grille. From the side view there is again not so much. That's got changed, as it's just a facelift and not an all new Seat Leon. We have 19-inch rims as standard rims, so smaller not available. This is quite good news, isn't it? You can have the rims in black, orange and red if you order the performance package. But it's not just the color of the rims that changes, it's even the brake discs and the brake calipers. 370mm with the performance package instead of the 340 standard that you can see here on the test car, and Brembo brake calipers instead of the Cupra writing that you can see here. And another detail about the performance package are these flaps kept in black that you can see here in front of the rear wheels. It's just a small detail, but it shows that you've ordered the performance package. This is something that I like really a lot about the Seat, that it gives the customer the possibility to combine the packages just like he wants them to have. So if you drive sometimes on a racetrack, you can even get bigger brake discs. I think if you don't drive on the racetrack, you can be confident with these ones or invest the money at a different place, as you have many ways to combine your packages even in the interior. We're going to get to that later on in that video. So these are the standard rims, 19 inches, so I think nice looking and huge rims. Even here, the backlights, of course, got facelifted. I like them. It's different to the Golf 7, though it's from the same family, but it doesn't have to look like something else in my eyes. So it's less aggressive, of course, but in the end, even from the back view, I like this car. This here is some little detail that changed now with the facelift. Of course, talking about the horsepower, so now we finally have the 300 here on the trunk lid, and this is something what the fans are quite happy about, I think. And of course, the Cupra writing that tells everyone, have some respect, now we have 300 horsepower here. The only criticism, the only little criticism about the back view is the exhaust pipes. I don't like them, so I haven't liked them on the pre-facelift. I've never liked them, as I think the form doesn't fit the car and they're hanging free, so it's not included into the body of the car, and that makes it look a bit shabby, just like if you just bought it from eBay and stuck them on the car to have it more sportier. But this is some criticism in my eyes. That's a question of taste. I think many people think different about that. This is the only criticism, but it's not, you know, it's not so harmful to the eyes. But the only thing that I can say about the back view, what I don't like so much, but that wouldn't bother me. Now, even if it's not a package about the optics, let's have a quick view in the trunk, as this is quite interesting as well, and of course somehow belongs to the trunk lid.
And it's quite surprising of finding 380 litres of trunk load in a small car like that, so it's one of the biggest trunk loads that you can get in that class. Just compared to the 1 Series BMW, it's more, and even if you skip the seats, you have 1,200 litres of trunk load, so even if you want to go on holidays, it's definitely more than enough, and it's additionally deep, so you can even put some bigger luggage into that trunk, and this is definitely an advantage.
Before the haters start to say, well, I don't want to have a Seat because of the interior quality, I'd rather get myself a premium class hot hatch just like Audi, Mercedes, BMW, bear in mind that the price difference is huge. So to be more exact, this one here starts at 34,000 euros, depending on which one you take. So you've got the 3-door version, the 5-door version and the estate version with all-wheel drive, selective all-wheel drive. And for that, the interior quality is really, really fine. So even the Golf 7, which is from the same family, and the platform, the same platform, you have to pay for that 5,000 or 6,000 euros more. So you've got that gear shifter here, which looks quite nice with that little flag on it, and you've got the writings here instead of on top. And we've got some piano lack here surrounding the air condition control. Again, I have to say here, just you might scratch it quite easily, but it looks good. Of course, we've got some plastic here, and it's kind of hard, so it's not soft touch. But I mean, we have to know what we pay. We pay 34,000 euros, and you have a 300 horsepower car. Don't forget this. We have something new here. It's the main screen. Now, finally 8 inches. This is something that the Seat definitely needed to be more on the same level of the comparable cars, just like the Golf 7, which now has a 9.2-inch screen, so quite even a bit bigger. And I think, though I haven't used the Seat system before, it's kind of easy just using it. We've got a good overview radio, media, full link where you can link your cell phone independently from using iOS-based phone, so iPhone, or an Android-based phone. We've got pictures, so media where you can have some storage cards where you can just watch some pictures, telephone, a car overview, sound and setup. So let's have a quick view. Radio, here you can choose the radio station, and the touch of the screen reacts quite sensitive, so it's really nice to switch from the left to the right, so you don't have to push your finger that hard on the screen. It's nice. And then we get back, just to have a quick overview. Media, that you can choose from the source, just like Bluetooth, aux, USB, SD card, CD. So you've got many possibilities here. Get back to the main menu. And then we've got the full link. If you just connect your cell phone with just via USB with the car, you can have Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, Mirror Link. This is a huge advantage just for having all this stuff from your phone on your screen here. Pictures, telephone. It's really easy to connect your phone with the system. It's been done in about 10 seconds, and every time when you just start the car, it gets connected quite really easily, just really fast. I like that. And then we have the car overview, just like sports information. This is something that I like a lot. You can see the temperature. Just have a quick try. Here you can see the power. Here you can see the temperature, and of course the pressure of turbo. Really nice, so I like that. And you can set these parameters. This is something that I like again. Let's get back to sound, where you can set the sound of the radio, equalizer, balance, volume, subwoofer. It has a nice sound, so the sound system called Seat Sound has really a nice and rich sound. This is something important. And the setup, where you can have some settings just like screen, language, Bluetooth and everything, what else you need. And a quick button for getting into the full link telephone connection part. Well, now we get to the dashboard. The difference between the Golf 7 and the Seat Leon Cupra is that we don't have here the 9.2-inch gesture-controlled system, and we don't have a digital dashboard, so no digital instruments. It's analog. But I mean, if you pay 6,000 euros less, you have to have some kind of, I don't want to say disadvantages, but you know, but for car purists, this might be even better, because that digital world might be a bit too much over the top. And then we have these carbon fiber lookalike parts. It's just some kind of, I don't know, it's really soft material. You can see them on the seats and on the side parts of the doors. Makes the car look sportier. And a last quick word about the seats. These seats are the regular sports seats, and this is where I have to praise Seat again, that they give you so many opportunities to combine packages. If you are okay with the regular sports seats that you can see here, it's fine. But if you want to have shell seats, you can also have shell seats. These ones look really impressive. Even the regular sports seats have enough side parts just to avoid that you're falling out of the seats if you drive quick corners. But if you want to have more, you can get these shell seats for an additional 1,590 euros. The only disadvantage might be that the shell seats have a hard case back, and they're just a bit bigger, so more massive, and that takes away some leg room. And the regular sports seats are not that massive from the backside. If you don't have giants in your family, you might be having really nice trips, even if they're longer. I have enough leg room, even sitting behind myself, and I'm sitting quite comfortably, so I have nothing to complain about sitting on the back seat. So it's even enough as a family car, even if you don't buy the estate version, so just a 5-door version. And of course, not to forget about that place here where you just normally put your phone. It's able to charge your phone, so it's a wireless charging platform. Of course, your phone has to support that function. I have a Samsung S7 Edge, and this one supports it. So if you put it here, you can charge your phone without any kind of cables hanging around here. This is a big advantage when you drive bigger distances. This might be nice to load your phone without any kind of cables. How does it drive? Well, I'm kind of surprised that an aggressive little car like that is so smooth if you want it to be smooth. Of course, it doesn't have that culture like a 6-cylinder engine or an 8-cylinder engine. We've got downsized 2-litre 4-cylinder, just like in each competitor, just like Golf R, Honda Civic Type R, and even the Ford Focus RS now, the latest version. And if you want to drive it smooth, just like you can see I'm doing it right now, it doesn't really challenge you to drive faster. It's not saying, come on, come on, come on, give full throttle. No, it's smooth, it's nice. Of course, you can feel that it's a stiff suspension, but it's not challenging. And this is something that I like a lot about it. You have a front differential, and how that works, we're going to find out when we drive it a bit harder. We have the 6-speed manual gearbox here. You have the choice between the 6-speed manual gearbox and the DSG double clutch gearbox, depending on what kind of driver you are. The 6-speed manual gearbox, that's better for car purists, so for driving experience. I think shifting the gears is quite crunchy. The ways between the gears are quite short, and this is really nice. But if you drive in a city where you have hard traffic, maybe the DSG double clutch gearbox is a bit better for you. This is something that you have to decide. Let's get to the drivetrain. Here we have a front-wheel driven car that doesn't give you the opportunity to take an all-wheel drive if you buy the 3-door and 5-door version. If you really need all-wheel drive, you have to choose the estate Seat Leon Cupra 300, as this is the only one giving you the possibility to have an all-wheel drive. But even that one you can get with front-wheel drive if you want. Why does Seat do that? This is the question of the day. Well, the Golf 7R is an all-wheel driven car, and now if Seat offers the Leon Cupra 300 with an all-wheel drive, even the 5-door and 3-door version, why shall you buy the Golf 7R, which is approximately 6,000 euros more expensive than this one here? This is the politics behind the Seat just having it as a front-wheel driven car. But now you have to know that there is an advantage with that front-wheel drive. It has a lot less weight. 1,395 kilograms is almost 200 kilograms lighter than the Golf 7R and any other hot hatch with all-wheel drive, as the all-wheel drive, of course, is heavier, and you can feel it. It's a lot more agile. So I can compare it to my M135i, which has all-wheel drive, X-Drive, and when I'm driving that curvy pass road here, it feels a lot more agile. So it's lighter. You can feel these almost 200 kilos of a difference. It's really fantastic. It's fantastically agile, and it makes a lot of fun of driving it. The engine sound, it's a downsized engine. We know 4 cylinders, just like every other car, except the Audi RS3, which is one of the last, I think, 5 cylinders, and the M140i, of course, with its 6-cylinder engine. Of course, you can't compare the sound to these cars with bigger engine volume, but it sounds nice, and these cuffs and farts that the exhaust pipes do when shifting the gear in the right moment, it's even a nice experience. And it sounds, it sounds nice, so I have to be honest, it sounds better than I expected it to sound. set with that Cupra button which mode you'd like to drive. We have Comfort, Sport, Cupra and Individual. If you take the Comfort mode, it's really comfortable. It's not challenging me of driving faster, and if you get annoyed by driving around just like a grandma, you can take the Cupra button, select the Cupra mode, which is the best one, with its parameters, and then shift back, and then you can hit it. So it's really, really agile. It's not sliding. Can you see that? Just like an all-wheel drive car. Fantastic, really. So that car makes a lot of fun on a curvy road. If you drive it harder, you can definitely feel the weight of 1,395 kilograms and the advantage that it gives you with that weight compared to the all-wheel drives. And the front differential does a perfect work. It really goes really sharp around the corners. Fantastic. Really, it's so damn agile. It's amazing. It's really amazing. So it goes just like hell. So it's pumping up my heartbeat. So it's really, and the curves out of the exhaust pipes, so that fart, that typical DSG fart, and that sounds good. It's the front differential that helps you. So driving in the curves, the front differential is able to put 100% of the necessary power to that wheel where it's necessary, and that makes it possible to drive in the curves, and it pulls you into the inside of the curves and doesn't let you slide. And this is what many people have as fear when you drive a front-wheel driven car with 300 horsepower and 380 Newton meters. And I'm really impressed by that lightness that this car has when driving it harder. So in the sport mode on the Cupra button, you have to select the Cupra button, and then you have the Cupra suspension, the Cupra engine and the Cupra front differential. Amazing. The brakes are fantastic, though they are not the competition brake discs. It's just the regular ones with the 340 millimeters. I think it's hard for a Golf 7R following a Cupra 300 on a road like that. And being faster, no way.
But there is also a shadow side, and I'm so sorry for the Cupra fans to tell you that, but accelerating from off the line is almost impossible. The 300 horsepower on the front wheels always cause wheel spin, and that used to be the same with the pre-facelift version. Here you can see me accelerating on a dry autobahn. In the first and second gear I have heavy wheel spin. That's one reason why you can't be that fast just like an Audi S3 and Golf 7R, though they have the same power. And even the 5.8 seconds from 0 to 100 that Seat claims, I couldn't really face because of the wheel spin. But then, when you have reached about 80 kilometers an hour, where you don't have any traction problems anymore, you are the big winner. Though I haven't really shifted the gears a perfect way, we could accelerate here from 100 to 200 in about 12.4 seconds. If you want to do the perfect acceleration from 0 to 100 or 100 to 200, you have to try several times because it's a bit difficult with the clutch and especially with the RPM. I thought you can shift the next gear shortly before the red scale starts, just like in my car, but in that case it's totally different, so you have to do it a lot earlier at about 6,000 RPM. And then, if you do it right, 12 seconds from 100 to 200 is definitely possible, and like that, no Audi S3, no Golf 7R facelift is faster than you are because they have so much drivetrain losses. So the good news is, to the Seat owners, in most cases you're not accelerating at the green light from 0, you do it more often on a highway or autobahn, and there, you are the big winner.
The fuel consumption average, well, this is something that might not be respective now in that case, as this car now is a test car and the people don't drive it that carefully, as you can see. So the fuel consumption average, let me check it, is at per 100 kilometers 12.3 now. I have to be fair and I have to say that you can drive this Seat Leon Cupra 300 with a lot less than 10 litres if you just wanted to, because if you drive it carefully and just a smooth way in the comfort mode, you can drive it with an average of about 8 litres easily. So if you have a family trip or whatever, you don't drive it hard anyway. So always depending on your driving profile, but you have 300 horsepower and these horses under the bonnet have to be able to drink a bit if you are challenging them. I recommend you to have a really detailed view in the catalogue of that car, just to see the packages that you can combine. Maybe you don't need a bigger brake disc, so take the shell seats maybe for 1,590 euros. Or I recommend you to put in some assist systems, as nowadays of course security is also an important issue. And besides that, of course, the park distance controls might be interesting. A rear camera would be interesting. This is my opinion, but altogether, if you equip that car fully, so a fully optional Seat Leon Cupra arrives at 44,000 euros. As you can see here in that picture, I've just equipped one of these cars on the Seat website. I put in everything that you can get. I chose the brand new color Desire Red. I like that a lot. And there is also another new color, it's Mystery Blue. The screen is nice, the reduced surface is nice. Of course, you have a different quality to the premium class segments, but don't forget, if you equip an Audi S3 fully with each option that you can get, you arrive at 50,000 euros easily, and well, 55 even. And here it's 45, so that's a price difference of 10,000 euros. So don't expect this car to be a Bentley from the interior. Here you've got soft touch, here it's a bit harder, but the rest is okay. It's a cup racer, you know. The name is the program that you get. You can equip it individually just after your taste, how you want it to be, with different seats, rims, packages, brakes and whatever. Also positive, these ambilights, blue accents that you have when it's dark. This is the cheapest version, the cheapest possibility to get a really fantastic hot hatch. But the minus, so the biggest con on my pro-con list is that we don't have navigation here, so it's not included in the package, so it's not standard, and this is a bit bothering. You have Apple CarPlay and you have all these functions and you have the big 8-inch screen, but you don't have the navigation. And this is something what they could have done as a standard in a 300 horsepower car. Yeah, you have to buy it additionally. So this is something that you have to bear in mind. I was looking for it, I thought I'm stupid, and I was looking for it and checking the menu, and there is no navigation in that car. I've just checked the option list and there is no navi. Today a car without navigation is, to me, is impossible. So I'm getting some hard traffic here, unfortunately now, so please don't forget to subscribe on my channel. This is the biggest favor that you can do me. Leave me comments. Which car would you prefer? The Golf, the Honda Civic Type R, the Subaru, maybe an Audi S3, or this one here. And like the video, please, if you like the video. And see you next time at Carmania with the next episode. Thank you very much for watching.